You can only see half my head, so we'll get it a bit right in a minute. Let's see. Let's see. That's it. That'll do, I think. Yeah, it's because I'm sitting too close. Anyway, thanks for joining us. I'm going to go live on the Facebook. So Facebook, you will like that's better. Hi, it's Bernie Slavin. Thanks for joining me on Facebook and YouTube Live. And thanks as always to sponsors, GRS Installation, Smith & Friends, Estate Agents, Advanced Utility Solutions, Alta Build, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Heroes and Legends, Galaxy Blinds, Cornerstone, and TGM Cars. So today, well, the window come and gone. You know, it went last night, 11 o'clock. There was loads of talk about Latif was on his way. Latif didn't travel to Cardiff. This was yesterday's news late on. I'm thinking, he says, for the last few months, somebody will definitely leave. Well, I was thinking, by God, Bernie, you've got it right again just before the deadline. Anyway, negotiations no doubt was broken down. It was good for both parties. Well, was it good for both parties? Middlesbrough would have got a boatload of money, you would think. Was it Ipswich? And Latif would have got a longer, more lucrative contract, you would think. Anyway, for whatever reason, we'll never know. It broke down and he travelled down, by all accounts, in a car. But the team today was Dieng, Borges, if I actually pronounce the new lad's name, Clark, Ayling, Dick Steele, Jones, Hackney, Morris, Berzog, Azaz and Conway. And on the bench was Bryn, Belazer, Latif, Gilbert, Hamilton, Hunt, Lennon, Simpson and McCabe. That was the team. What game did I see? I expected us to go there. I know we get done 5 during the week, which was a horrific performance. You know, people saying, we put out a young team. Well, they put out a younger team. That's the youngest ever team I read that Stokes ever played. And beating us 5 was embarrassing. Anyway, it was back to the majority of the big guns in the team. I expected us to beat them. Why? Because they're rock bottom of the league. They hadn't won a game. I think they'd let 15 goals in about 5 games. That was including there was some Welsh Cup game. They conceded something like 15 goals. So they obviously went tight in defence and I was expecting a couple of goals. And we achieved that. But what did I see? I thought first half, both teams were poor. Passing was iffy. Creativity was iffy. There was no cohesion. It was disjointed. It was frustrating first half. But it wasn't about how we played today. It was about getting the result. And in the second half, a minute into the second half, the balls came in. The lads turned shot. Ayling's on the goal line. He stopped to get in. He's hit it, sliced it, hit the side of the post, came back to him by sheer fluke, and he cleared his lines. Good defending, Ayling. Well done. Kept us in the game. And then all of a sudden, Big Matt Clark, corner kick from the right. Corner kick comes up. Big Matt Clark, downward header. Great header. Goalkeeper. I don't think the goal. It's a chance, to be fair. And it was a great finish. And that was us in the lead. And then we made a substitution. Gilbert come on. I thought Gilbert did well again. Gilbert drives inside left, cuts it back, lays it in a plate to Morris, who had another good game, an industrious game. And Morris hit it. And if I'm honest, it was getting past the post. I thought initially, I didn't think it took deflection, but it was Ramsey who put it in his own net. So, nevertheless, we won the game. 3 great points, clean sheet. But the goals at the opposing end is still an issue. That's 2 penalties, 2 corners and an own goal. There's no better player scored in open players yet. And there were 4 or 5 games in. Does it matter? No. We won the game today. That was the be all and end all. But I still think we have to start hitting the net. I mean, I look at the team today. Conway wasn't in it. I thought he was lightweight, pushed off the ball, didn't really go on anything. Didn't see him having a shot. I was looking for more. It didn't really come. But nevertheless, we won the game. And as I say, that's the be all and end all. I'll backtrack here. And let's hear your opinion about Latif. So I hear Borough fans, oh, he's a Judas, he left. Oh, he wants to go. If he wants to, no talking about Latif, talking about in general over the years. Oh, get rid of him. No, he doesn't want to play. Get him out of the club. But Latte Laugh quite clearly wants out. When he wears his shirt, you know he's not wearing it with pride. He's wearing it because he has to. But he's looking for pastures new. There's nothing wrong with that. Ambition and more money and a longer contract, that's called ambition. The club would be ambitious as well, because they would probably quadruple the money that they paid for him initially because he scored 19 goals last season. It's a business. But for me, if Latte Laugh would have left, I mean, we'll never know the reason. The club's not going to come out and tell you why, and there's Latte Laugh. We'll never know why it broke down. We can only surmise it was down to money and contracts issues, and that happens. But now we know the cat's out the bag, that he would want to go. Does the hardcore fans go, hey, tell you what, Latte Laugh, we know you wanted to go, we're not really behind you now. For me, it causes a wee bit of friction. It's a business, I don't blame Latte Laugh. That's what he wants to do. The club may have been nudging him, get away now. Ipswich want you for X amount of million, we'll make money, you'll make money. I get all that. But when you copy your pants down and it's public knowledge that you wanted away, and then it doesn't happen for whatever reason, I think that some people, well, you rub some people up the wrong way. Me personally, it's no big deal to me, because I'm thinking it's a business. When the club weren't ready, they'll soon get rid of you. And if Latte Laugh did want to go, then he's got every right. But he just can't walk away and break a contract. The club have to sanction it. Great, and it would have said, if Latte Laugh would have left, I would have thought that was showing no intent to get back in the top six or Premier League or whatever. Because he was a top scorer last season. And I still question Latte Laugh. I'd like to interview him and ask him, why did you hand the ball to new signing Conway last week? He's a striker. He's the guy with 19 goals under his belt for Middlesbrough. Conway's got one for the spot, but only because Latte Laugh passed it over. Scored 3 in Saints midweek. 11 changes, should stuck with that team. Scored 3 on the Saints midweek. 11 changes. Well, with loads of changes today again, as we expected. Bernie, I know you thought that goal was over the line with Ailing. I know you thought that goal. No, do you know what, Leslie? I'm being honest. I watched it a couple of times. It wasn't over the line. I thought it was. I thought he shanked it, hit the post, came back. The chances he come back to were 0-0. But obviously no VAR, so we'll never know. But I'll be honest, hand to God, I thought hit the post, never went over the line. I mean, it's hypothetical now anyway, but Catherine Anbrook says, good away points, Bernie. Let's hope it's the start of good things to come. Well, let's hope so, Catherine. You know, it's long overdue that we start hitting the ground now. I'm looking at Sunderland again. They won again away at Portsmouth. They're still 5 points ahead of us. We're only 5 games in. And everybody's written Sunderland off. Don't get me wrong, there's another 41 games to go where anything can happen. But what a start there for Sunderland. Incredible. Ashley Wayman says, much better display. New left back looked solid. Azaz needs to improve his shooting. Azaz had a couple of shots that were powder puff, and then he had a very good shot the keeper saved. But yeah, I know what you're saying. But he has to let go early. He's got a habit of chopping, checking, chopping, checking. By that time, there's everybody behind the ball. He might get shot off, but yeah, he'd one very good shot. The keeper, it looked like it was flying in the bottom left-hand corner. The keeper saved it. But yeah, I know what you're saying. But he has to watch it, because Latte Laugh and Conway could be the top two, and he could be out there. But I was happy with Gilbert coming on. I thought he made an impression. Much better display. New left back. Yeah, so I mentioned that. Yeah, new left back. Borges, if that's how you pronounce his name. Yeah, you're saying much better display. Was it much better? I'll be honest, I thought the first half was... I thought it was poor. Scrappy game at 3 points, Bernie. Timmy Leach. Timmy's seen the same game as me, I think. It's the best I've seen Azaz play. Looked more settled. Hopefully he can still improve with a few goals. Steve Daly. Well, as I say, if you're looking for opportunities, Azaz get more shots off than any other Borough player. But then you would flip it and say, is Clark our top scorer? By God, if 5 games in, now I'm a centre forward, if Clark the centre half's got more goals than me, I'm embarrassed. I'm hiding under the bed. But Clarky, set piece king. As I say, we've scored 5 league goals, 2 set pieces, 2 corner kicks, 2 penalty kicks, and an own goal. Jones hit miss again. Borough 94. Yeah, Jones, just typical Jones, frustrating. Does good things, does bad things. Gilbert played well. Passing the final third, not good enough. Matthew Ward, I agree with that as well. I thought the passing was iffy. Some of the passing was awful. But as I say, it wasn't about glamour, it wasn't about five-star display. It was about getting the points and winning the game. So, yeah. Dave Tweedle says, evening Bernie, I hope you and the family are all well. Up the Borough, thanks Dave. A good 3 points, but not an outstanding performance. Far from an outstanding. Certainly wasn't a game for the purists. It's not a game that you would think, wow, what a team. They're going to be up there challenging. I mean, we're 7th in the table. Games, I think, we're still being played as I come on here. But we're 7th. But player, just a wee bit of noise in the background there. Latty Laugh will always want to go the way his agent works. Can we be quiet? So Latty Laugh will always want to go the way his agents work. No, Colin. I employ an agent, right? I employ an agent. I never had an agent. I was offered agents. I think I had a big enough mouth and enough balls to go in and confront guys and wheel and deal. And I did it. I did it at Middlesbrough, I did it at Port Vale. But some boys haven't and they need to employ an agent. The clubs always portray the agent as villains. There is some villains out there. But down the years, it's the clubs that's been villains. I says clubs up and down the country. They've been the villains. Now they get guys who can go in as bold as brass, well-dressed, knowledgeable, bright, intelligent and ruthless as the clubs. And the clubs don't like that confrontation because these guys are in the know. And that becomes a bit of an issue for the club. So they portray them, they're the villains, but they're not villains. When you're a businessman, most businessmen are villains. So, yeah, I just think they collide because both know the business, both know what players' wages are, they've did the homework, they're not daft lads, and I think that's what it comes to. So Latty Laugh, if you're my agent and you're trying to get me away from Middlesbrough and I love it so much, I say, listen, I employ you, you don't employ me. I'm employing you and paying you. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm staying put. And you just, that's the end of it. That's the end of it. Or you sack him and get another agent. So don't blame the agent. The player can just pull him and replace his agent and say, I want to stay put. So I'm not buying into that. When I read last night, I was at for lad's birthday, Big Carlos, and it was coming up, Latty Laugh, yeah, Latty Laugh want to leave, the club. I've never read anywhere that the football club, it's their fault that a player wants to leave. It's always the player's fault. And I'll tell you why that happens, because they don't want, when the player leaves, they don't want to give the club stick. It happened with me at Middlesbrough. I mean, it's different environment now, but, well, I think it is. It happened to me. I went to Port Vale. I had a host of clubs, spoke to Bruce Rea, Ozzy Dailies. I was talking about Blackburn. There was all this thing going on. But I went to Port Vale because a 2-year contract. And when I'd signed, I was leaving the bus for my first game. And I was gutted I left Middlesbrough. I was driven out. Literally. They didn't want me. Despite my background, my goals, my games. But anyway, that's by the by. So I'm boarding the bus for the Friday night. We're leaving for Leyton Orient. That's the first opposition I'm playing. First game, debut game for Port Vale. I'm still down the dumps because I've left Middlesbrough. My home's still here and all that. And as I'm boarding the bus, John Rudge, who I met at the Borough game in the Cup not so long ago, he's the manager and he says, oh, before I boarded the bus, listen, the chief executive of Middlesbrough wants to talk to you. I said, about what? He says, what do you want to talk to you? So I go on there, hello? And the voice at the other end of the phone says, right, I want you to sign a clause saying you'll say nothing detrimental to the club. And I said, you know what? I want you to sign a clause, otherwise it deals off. I says, listen, you can go and whatever, a few harsh words. I says, you're the one that wants rid of me. I don't want to leave Middlesbrough. You're chasing me out of Middlesbrough. And if you want me to sign that, I'll be back. I'll come back up the motorway and I'll be back to Middlesbrough. And anyway, they'd put John back on, I put John Rudge back on. So, yeah, players sign clauses of contracts, don't say this, can I say that? It's called the silence clause. I had it at the radio. I had it with Mickey Horsfall and Matt McDonald. Gates had gone. And they wanted Riddy's 3 months. And they said, you're off there for 3 months. we're selling the station to Heart FM. We're still there, but 3-month clause. You get your money for 3 months. We'll pay you, but silence. You cannot say anything detrimental. I went and opened up right away. I put out all the papers, hammered them. I lost my 3-month money. I could sleep at night. I was cool with that. Anyway, that's where it goes. So contracts in clubs, I don't believe any of them. They're all in it together. There's a lot of skullduggery going on behind the scenes. You never get to the bottom of it. Tuesday night, Latte Laugh left 20 minutes before the end of the game. Matthew Ward. He done well the last 20 minutes before the end of the game midweek. I nearly put the tail out the window midweek. Now Bernie finally got the 3 points in their travels, and new signings did really well today. Matt Wilson. Once again, the Borough faithful turned out numbers once again up the Borough for Matt and Jojo. Matt and Jojo, safe journey back, travelled the country watching the beloved Borough, and no doubt spend a small fortune, but they're there every week, good, bad and different, and I admire that. Good to see us winning, good that we've got players in there. Left back Borges, he looked half decent. Don't forget it's his first game, we can't overdo it, but it looked half decent. Morrison, Hackney in the midfield were industrious. Jones was hitty missy. Berzog I thought was hitty missy. Conway, Azaz had loads of efforts at goal. Looked sharp, but the constant chopping and checking, and I'm not a fan of that. You have to drop the shoulder once, get a shot off. This check. You get 3-4 shots off, so fair play to him for that. But you can check once and get your shot off. But the boy came off and he put in a shift, Azaz. But he'll be a wee bit disappointed he didn't score today. I see Coburn scored for Millwall today. Yeah, so Coburn's went, if you don't know, I don't know where you've been, probably in the dungeon. But young Coburn's went to Millwall. It's a loan. I was surprised to see him go. I says all last year, I wouldn't be surprised if Coburn goes or goes out on loan again. And that's what's happened. Coburn, well done to him. Good on him. This might really ignite his career. Obviously, he's a local lad. He's come through the academy, whatever. This is him going to make an impression now. And he'll look at Millwall as a step down. I'm sure he will. And that might give him more confidence. And he knows if they've signed him that he's going to get a game regular. And that's where your confidence comes from. When somebody supports you and backs you and plays you week in, week out. So good luck to him. Well done, Josh Coburn. Burnley, the front line looked no better than last season finishing. What do you think it's down to? Numerous strikers for Group Queen Limited. Numerous strikers brought in. So what do you think it's down to? A question mark and then numerous strikers brought in. For me, I know we won today, but if we did get beat, I'd have definitely said it, but I'll say it now. I still think Latte Laugh, he's wanting away. Well, if you don't play him today, what do you put him on the bench every week? Because that won't go away. That he did try to flee the nest. So for me, I would have probably played Latte Laugh today. And says, listen, it's football, it's a business, I get it. Yeah, you want to go and you failed in the club. It's over. You're in the team. Get going. So I don't know why he didn't play. So I'd have played Latte Laugh, and I'd like to see Latte Laugh and Conway. They're the two I'd like to see up front. I don't know if Latte Laugh would go behind Conway or Conway up front, but they'd have to sort it out. But Latte Laugh should be in the team because of last season and because he's the fastest striker we've got. He's the one with the track record for last year. It has to be put to bed. As I say, if you're going to drop him today, you might as well drop him the next game and say, well, you still wanted away and hold it against him in a grudge. You can't do that. Life's too short. Forget it. Everybody's did it. I probably did it in my younger years. Forget it. Over. Move on. So I think we have to get a settled strike force. You know, in defence, we keep moaning and groaning about leaking goals. I'd have been stunned if they scored a goal a day. You can see why they're rock bottom and why they've conceded so many goals. And by the way, don't overdo it. We've played arguably the worst teams in the league so far. Swansea's been average for years. You've got two newly promoted teams, and you've got a team today who are rock bottom of the league. No taking anything away. I'm not trying to pull, but let's just calm down. Today, I expected a few goals, not a couple, a few. We get two. Set piece and, as I say, an own goal. But we got the point. Brilliant. But let's not go overboard. The team we've played have been average, and we've been average. I see the first half, if it was a neutral watching that, I'd have switched it off. It was that bad. Second half, there was spells I was practically dozing. And that's not being disrespectful, I'm being honest what I've seen. A good 3 points, Bernie, some decent performances and passages of play, but still looking to walk the ball into the net at times. Looking to walk the ball into the net at times. Need to be more clinical with finding balls. I like Adams, yeah. Look, when we get wide, we need to get the balls in early doors. There was one in the first half that portrays, I'm not going to even say, it goes wide in the right, and it's a ball which is on the ground, and the timing and the weight of the pass is perfect. I'm not right-footed, but if I'd have been right-footed, I played in the left sometime, the left wing. If it's as good a ball like that, on the grass, on the floor, nice weighted pass, right away, as soon as it comes to me, I'd whip it in behind the defence. Because I'm a striker, or a former striker, who knows that's the kind of balls I want. Get it in early, behind the defence, get them all turned, hopefully I can go on the end of it. Comes to us, you've got a chance, an opportunity to whip it in, you don't, you take a touch, you take another touch, then you hit the first man. Frustrating. Drives me crackers. What's going on with the Mackhams? They beat Portsmouth 3-0 away. That 4 straight league wins. Well, as I say, we're 5 points behind Sunderland. 5 points behind Sunderland, who were written off. Nobody's even mentioned them to be doing well this season. They've got a manager in we don't even know, we know nothing about. And they're still in the cup as well, aren't they? It's incredible. By the way, it's not alcohol. I don't drink. Steve Daly says, we should have buried these, but we gave them too much respect. If Jones cannot get a pass past the first man, give Hamilton a proper chance. I think Jones now, looking at the players we've brought in, I think Jones is under pressure to keep his position. He has to start delivering, i.e. get the balls in early doors, start clocking up assists, because as a winger, your class is a provider and somebody assists the centre forwards. Look at Giles when he was here. Everybody was raving about him. He's a left back, wasn't a great defender, but by God, going forward, great energy, bit of pace, whipped it in early. He never whipped it in blind. He would lift his head and play it in. He could put balls in the air on the floor, and he was the dream for the centre forward. And Jones has to do that if he's going to keep his place, because I think he's under more pressure now. There's more players come in, and he has to start producing. The more he hits the first man, the more frustrating this. As I say, if I was a centre forward, I'd be going over him, and then at half time I'd be having a dig at him. I used to do it with John Henry. John Henry was one of the finest wingers going. And I used to have a go at Henry. Henry could score, he could create, he was fast, he was tricky. I was a Henry fan, still a Henry fan, I love him. But me and him used to have ding-dongs verbally, not fisticuffs, verbally. He would moan that he's not getting enough of the ball, and I'd say, you're not getting the ball into me. And that was healthy. And it woke him up and it woke me up. So hopefully the players are having these conversations in the dressing room, letting them know they're not happy with the quality of ball. You don't need the manager to tell you. You're the player, you're the guy that's on the pitch, that's under scrutiny and under the microscope, and the people are giving stick to you when you're not doing the business. Well, if I'm not scoring the goals, you don't get me the ball in, you're to blame as much as me. Ben Doak supposed to be exciting winger from Liverpool. Yeah, Bernie will take 6 points off Sunderland. Laugh out loud, Dan Smith. Just let's enjoy today and get over the day, and then we'll talk about Sunderland. Ian Moore says, I'm happy we're getting chances at all. Could be worse if the chances aren't coming, and when it kicks off properly, with confidence, those chances will go in. Azaz is a different player this year, and when McGree comes back, we will improve again. I'm sure we will, Ian. I agree with that. You know, people say, oh, we 20 chances against Swansea, 20 chances against Derby, and I was like that. If I get 3 chances and missed them, I would think, I'm still getting the chances. I can't keep missing them. The law of averages tells me I'm going to get them, and when I get one, I've got a boatload. And that's the way football works. And I agree, is we're creating a lot of chances. But in the last few games, we should create a lot of chances because we're playing newly promoted teams and teams that's rock bottom. So there should be chances. We're meant to be head and shoulders above these guys. We've been in this division for a while now. Well, 14 years out of 15. So we know the gig. I know it's different players, but the fans are used to seeing us in this championship, and we know what it's all about. Good result for the Borough. Chris Charlton, it was Chris with Matt's on fire mark. I think today getting the result was important. A couple of weeks on the training ground and some of the injuries back, especially Riley and Rav. Obviously Riley McGree and Van der Berg, without a doubt, will be the plus. Looking forward to Preston at home, already up the Borough. P.S. It's my mum's birthday today, Bernie. Please would you wish her happy birthday and make her day. 3 points was a good start to it. What's your mum's name? Did you tell me her name? Happy birthday to Matt Smith's mum, Mrs. Smith. Yeah, is it Mrs. Smith? Yeah, happy birthday. My mum's birthday. It's your mum, Matt. It's not my mum. People used to say that. Happy birthday to my mum. I'd say, well, what's her name? It's not my mum. Might be my mum. Anyway, happy birthday to Matt's mother. And up the bonnet, it's a great 3 points for your birthday. The player wants to go. Nothing to do with his agents. End of. And has just showed his character. He don't want to be here, Dave Tweddle. He don't want to be here. He should be put in with the reserves, but can't, as don't have decent striker and let young lad go on loan. Typical Borough. Yeah, as I say, Borough fans know them all, but I hear regular, oh, he's a Judas, he jumped. He wants away. Get rid of him. I don't care. Sell him. Get rid of him. Well, the window's closed now, and we ain't going to let him go on loan, and we can't sell him Latte until January now. So we just need to bite the bullet, get behind the lads, get him going. Let's hope he scores both of the goals, and then in January, if he goes, it'd be majorly disappointing if we're in that top 6, because we need to replace him otherwise. Couldn't care less about Latte Laugh situation. Get on with it, and I'd play him. I would play him. I'm saying now, I'd play him without a doubt. Why would you not play your best striker, your fastest striker? Why would you not play him? Because he wants away. I hear people saying, I'll get rid of them. We can't afford to get rid of Latte Laugh. If we've got the money, without a doubt, I think the club would have bent over backwards to get rid of him and cash in, just like they did with Akpom and Rodgers. I get that, business-wise, but as a fan, I want Latte Laugh to be here. As a fan, I had a wee idea to be on the bench, but me personally, I'd have had him on the park, not the bench. Great result today. Still some bad decision making the final third. When it clicks, someone is going to get hammered. Hopefully the Mackhams after the international break with a wee smiley face. Chris Libby, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. We went to Sunderland last time, didn't we? Remember that? Story is that he apologised after clearly had talks. More than good enough for me. Well, listen. I seen a wee quote. Yeah, he's fully... This is Latte Laugh. He's fully focused on Middlesbrough. What do you want me to say? No, I was wanting away, but it never happened, so I just need to buckle down and just get on with it. Do you want him to come out with that? You know, is it from the heart? Probably no. But, hey, as I say, footballers move, regular. Clubs move players on, regular. Is Latte Laugh better leaving when he fancies it, or being like myself and getting thrown out the club when you think you're part of the furniture and you should be there, and you get rid of you? So, yeah, there's no loyalty, come on. In the modern game, dear God, loyalty's... that word never used. What must go for Millwall as well? Jonathan Quinn. Well, 2 Borough players, former Borough players, Coburn on loan, and obviously Dutton Watmore. I tell you what, Warnock brought him in. It was on a monthly contract or something, just to see what he's about, because he'd littered with injuries, and he proved he was a handful. Work rate was phenomenal. Ginger hair, always fiery people, those gingers. Are you allowed to say that? Shut up. Yeah, gingers are always fiery. I know a few gingers. But I liked Watmore. Who was the other lad we got from Millwall? He wasn't very good, the midfield lad. What was his name? Well, it was a guy who cost 6-7 million. He fluffed these lines. Would you like to see them go back to 4-4-2 formation, as we have a team there that will suit that, Bernie? What is this for Dave Twiddle? What is your thoughts on that? Dave, again, it's like every team in the country, very few, if any, play 2 up top. Why is that? Can nobody think for themselves, coaches, managers? I would play two up top. I'd get my wingers. I'd get two up top. Partnership, run everywhere, go everywhere as a pair. Hunt as a pair, close down as a pair, moan as a pair, kick as a pair. Yeah, definitely. I would do it. But everybody's got this one and the number 10 behind them. So one up top, number 10. As I say, it's like corner kicks. Everybody in the box for defensive corners. No outlet. I was doing an interview last night with former Borough player Andy Payton. It'll be coming up in a podcast down the line. And Andy was saying that. I was quizzing him about the modern game. Nobody thinks for themselves. Everybody drops players in the cup competitions. Everybody tries to play out for the back. Everybody's got 11 in the box, corner kicks, defensive corners. And now we've got, yeah, as I say, just a sheep-like thing. You want somebody to think outside the box, think differently. So, yeah, me personally, I'd play two up top. But the thing now, you've got Latty Laugh and you've got Conway. They're not the biggest, but that doesn't mean anything, because if it has to be a certain type of service, of course it does, and it needs to be played at feet or over the top, because Latty Laugh's quick. So you've still got loads of outlets and options, but the big man, wee man, and I was part of that era, what would be wrong with going back to that? I would have loved Coburn to with Latty Laugh up front as a 2. So no matter where you're on the park, left, right, central, balls into Coburn, he battles, scraps, heads it down to Latty Laugh, he gets the crumbs and the pieces and scores goals. But for whatever reason, it was never tried. Maybe it was a fear case it worked. Bernie, what's your thoughts on the Liverpool lad? He looked really good, what I've seen. Apparently you played with his granddad at Morton. He passed away age 60. I didn't. I'll be honest, Craig, I'm being brutally honest. I don't know much about the lads. Was at Celtic as well for a few games. But I played with his dad. Oh, do you know what? Yeah. Doak. I did play with a Doak, blonde haired lad. I didn't know he passed away. Sorry. I did play with a lad Doak at Morton. I've got a picture somewhere in here. Wow. We'll go dress him, and good luck to his grandson. As I say, I cannot go overboard and say, oh, he's this and that. I don't know. That's why we pay people, employ people to go and look at these guys. So, yeah, good luck to the lad. Michael Husband says, season starts now. I honestly believe we are on upwardly projection. Well, let's hope so, Michael. As I say, the games are going to get tougher now. I think that's, well, they are going to get tough. A few weeks we play Sunderland, don't we? Up there. If we beat them, that's a statement. Get in there. But if you were to cherry pick a few teams for the start of the season to get a few points on the board, I think you'd have cherry picked the 4 we played, wouldn't you? Would you? Swansea, Derby, Portsmouth, Cardiff. Steve Daly says, as you said, strikers rely on decent wingers, plenty of players out there, Dickie dancing, but we need a competent ball supplier. I agree, Jones needs to talk to. Well, Steve, the coach, Carrick, I'm sure he's seen what we're seeing in Woodgate and Co, the coaching staff, and they must be telling him, but there has to come a time when if he ain't listening and it ain't happening and it ain't producing, you have to say you're on the bench. As I say, I've said over the years since Jones came in, when he first came in, he was a breath of fresh air. He was direct, he was skillful, he was fast, his deliveries was good, he would get goals. And then the next season he was hitting missy, he was off form, he was at the team, he was in the stand, looked as if his days were numbered. Then he signed a new contract and he's hitting missy. Would I like to play with him? Would I like him rely on his source of delivery for me to score goals? I'm not good in the air, I wasn't good in the air, wasn't brave enough in the air, I had other guys to do that. My game was getting whipped in and tap them in. Would I be happy with the supply line for him? No, I would strangle him. So I would be telling him, and hopefully the other striker would be telling him, and hopefully Michael Carrick's telling him. As I say, the lad, he must know that if he's not going to do it, he's going to be at the team. He's got it all, but he's got nothing, if you know what I mean. It's too inconsistent, too hitty-missy. I'm a Jones fan. I think he's got some great ability and he's a great outlet and he gives us a lovely balance on that right. But he's so frustrating. It drives me crazy. There's a song in there. Good result. I am worried though. I think our second goal today was the first goal in the league from open play. No, Mohammed, I mentioned it. We never scored it. Ramsey scored it. It was an own goal. So we've still not scored in open play. A Borough player has not scored in open play. 2 penalties, 2 corners and an own goal. That's the 5 goals we've scored in the league. And we've had I've lost count, about 50, 60 chances in 5 games. And a Borough player's not put the ball in the net for open play. Incredible, isn't it? But we won the game, Mohammed, that's all that matters. Open play and was deflected in. No, it was not in goal. As I say, I seen it live and I says to my mate, Big Carlos, who was with me, I says, first goal was scored open. And he went, no, it was not in goal. And I went, no, it wasn't. And I watched it again, it was not in goal. Really need to improve in the final third, finishing, if serious about the top 6. But still really hopeful for this year, if we can keep players fit. Yeah, well, obviously there's still a host of injuries, aren't they? You know what I mean? And it's hard to believe that this early in the season, there's about 9-10 players out. No, happened this season, some are for last season. You still get Fry out, you still get Linehan out, you still get McGree out, Van der Berg out. I mean, the list is endless. Where are they getting these injuries? It's not games. It must be training. Is it the surface? Is it the boots? Is it the player who's injury prone? What is it? Everybody gets injuries, but 5 games in, we've got about 9-10 injuries. Some for last season. It's embarrassing. Steve Daly says, coaches here now think they can play like top European teams, formation and playing from the back 4-4-2 all day long. That's it, Steve. As I say, they're all sheep-like figures. Oh, we go to courses, we do this, we've got our badges, we'll just do it Pep does, we'll play it for the back. Everybody will fanny a bit for the back, but we're not very good at it, but we'll just keep doing it. Bonkers, don't get it. As I say, the more people keep telling you that's the way to play. I love football. Defenders are employed to kill the game and enjoy the fun, the entertainment value. They're there to kill it. I get their jobs. But if you're a midfield creator, maker, goal scorer and a striker, you're there to entertain, to light up the place. And I just think there's too much put into their heads. Do this, do that. Play simple. As I say, there's some young lads go to these academies, go as a left back, end up centre forward, or centre forward ends up centre half, and then they go off the rails, you never see them again. It was Seville we got from Millwall. Oh, Saville, yeah, it was Saville. Matt, you're right, well done, Saville. 6 million quid done the River Tees, another bad signing. And by the way, I have to say, recruitment team, so far, well, we've brought a lot of players in, and well done to Kieran Scott and his lot. As I say, I don't know any of them. I know of them, don't know any of them personally. But well done. They've had a bit of stick over the years or since come in. But well done. No players is left. Host of players have come in. Some are highly rated. We've yet to see them and judge them. But well done. It's been a good window for the summer to now. Good. Jones is lightweight. Adama Traore, Steve Daly. Well, he's certainly not as strong. He's lightweight. He's not as strong as Traore. He's not as fast as Traore. But he's got a similar mindset to Traore where there's a lot of huff and puff and bluster. And it looks as if flatten to deceive it's called. But the final product, i.e. creating or scoring, it's not there. Not good enough for me. If we want to be up where we want to be, bring Chuba back up front with Latte. Definitely not. Definitely not. Why? Because I'm not a fan of bringing players back. It's lazy recruitment. Chuba left for a reason. Was ambition and more money. Contract. Good luck to him. But why are we bringing players back? We've got a network right throughout Europe. Why are we going for the same players? Hi Bernie. Really like Ed Morris. What's your opinion? Is that cappuccino? It says 24. Hi, I'm a Morris fan. I look at Morris and I look at Gilbert. Morris, Gilbert, Hackney, they're 3 very good midfielders for me. All relatively young. And I think they're all battling now for who's playing where. It looked as if Gilbert went in as a number 10 when he came off the bench, but I think if Hackney was to get injured and Morris, he'll go in there, he'll fit in there. I know he's because he could return to his club, parent club, but I think Michael Carrick says keep him to January. So that's good news, because for me, the embarrassment midweek against Stoke City, he for me was the man that stuck out in a very, very bad team, and I thought he was very good. He really shone. I'm glad he's staying. Jones was very poor today. Need not play him for a few games, Bernie. Well, that's down to Michael Carrick. As I say, we won today, so does Michael Carrick go with the same team? Start keeping the same team now. It's not no cup. We're out. Well, definitely cups down the line, but we're out the League Cup that nobody wanted to be in. So we get embarrassed out of that. Now we can concentrate on the league. So do we start settling the team down now and say, let's let it roll, 2-0 a day. Let's, through the international break, come out of that and keep the same team. Let's hope these future superstars don't get the Borough voodoo and end up total disasters. Morris is awesome prospect. Yeah, Morris came as a totally unknown. Didn't know much about the kid. Thought with a few dodgy ones, Piero, garbage, and a host of others. Too many to mention. But Morris has set the header alight instantly. His work ethic, he's closing down, he's passing, his support, he's helping out defensively. He's got loads going for him. Vibrant, confident. So, yeah. If every player was like him, right, I've got a few of these to read out so I can read these out. Bernie, who was your man of the Bob? Bernie, man of the match today, who was it in your opinion? I thought Big Clark was great. International break already into the season. There's an F word in there, England it says. Man of the match for me, Big Clarky I thought was very good again. Just oozed a bit of class, and I mean he's not got real pace, but reads the game well, makes timely tackles, good header of the ball, takes it forward. So him and Morris, I thought Morris was very good. Dale says Jones is frustrating to watch, Bernie. Look, everybody can see it. Anybody with an ounce of football and knowledge, right, on or off the park, can see Jones has got certain qualities, but a lot of frustrating qualities. And it's the frustrating ones he has to polish up in. Haaland just scored for City, ruthless. That's his Scott 94. Haaland, does he play for the Borough? Haaland's all about pace, isn't it? And I agree, there's been talk about Haaland over the years. Haaland's arguably the best goal scorer in the world. The amount of goals he scores. Sheer pace. If he never scored goals, would you pay to watch him? No. I don't think he's got a great touch. He looks ungainly at times, gangly. But scoring goals, dear me, ruthless. Quick eyes, ruthless, scores 40 a season, whatever. He's unbelievable. And he's still relatively young in football terms. Joe says, how did Conway, the striker, do today? In your opinion, Bernie? Joe, I don't think he was in it. Don't forget, he's had two cameo appearances. The first one came off the bench was against Swansea, took the ball off Flatty Laugh and scored the penalty, kept his cool composure. Great goal, well done. Then he came on midweek, Stoke in the humiliation, and didn't get a kick. And then today wasn't in it. A couple of times he went and runs and the balls were played up and he just couldn't, well, he was getting nudged off the ball. The big centre half who ended up getting taken off injured, he was putting himself about. So, no, I don't think he was in it, but don't judge him today. He's 50, 12, 14 games. Matt says, Flatty Laugh, sub, do you agree with that, Matt? Well, Matt, no, I mentioned it throughout. I would have played Flatty Laugh. He's wanted away. The club's wanted rid of him. It's not happened. For whatever reason, we'll never know, get to the bottom of it. But he's still a better player. And you have to play your best players. I was surprised to see him on the bench. As I say, if you're going to punish him because you wanted away and you didn't play him today, do you do that in the next game and in every other game? He quite clearly is not going to wear the shirt with pride. He'll wear it because he has to. That's his team. We're his team. But how many do Not just in our team, up and down the country. How many players that play for whatever team wear the shirt with pride? Very few. You know, how many players at Middlesbrough are from Middlesbrough? I wore the shirt with pride because I fell in love with the place. I'm still here 40 years on nearly, and they were all local lads, so I got what it was all about. I knew the importance of local derbies and living in Teesside and the industrial background, the working class background. I get it all. But some of these modern players are living in a different planet, a different zone, come from different well-to-do backgrounds. Nice to see another young lad get a debut in Simpson. Yeah, it was. That was good. It's all right throwing him on for teams of the day. The one thing that I'd like to ask Michael Carrick was one of the Borough fans got in touch with me midweek after the Stoke disaster. He says, why on earth would Michael Carrick, at 5-0 down with about 5 minutes left, why would they put Morris on? Because we're talking about the amount of injuries and we don't want injuries in the cup games, and you put Morris on with 5 minutes to go in a game that's well gone. You might have well just carried on with 10 men rather than put Morris on. But I'd love to know what his thinking was. It's part of my education. Why did you do that? Why would you do such a thing? When you're talking about injuries and you don't want to risk players, but you put them on in a cup game when you're 5-0 down. For me, that's bonkers. That's ludicrous. Terry says, 5 games in, we're sitting 5 points behind Sunderland. Dear me. I know, Terry, I mentioned that. We just have to, look, we could end up 15 points above them coming into the season. Preston next. Last 2 home games against them have been 4-0. They had the defender sent off today, so he'll be suspended. We need to make the Riverside a fortress and pick up points away. Scott 94. I agree with that. You need to, if we're going to be in the mix, i.e. top 6, we need to win the home games and get points, the odd point away from home. Obviously, win would be brilliant, but don't repeat and try and nick points along the way. Latif should have played from the start. Player power should be squashed. You signed a contract. We will tell you when you are going. Hardline tactics never hurt anyone. Yeah, that's another thing. You say you want away, and the club says you're going nowhere. Yeah, but I want to talk to them. No, you ain't talking to them. You contracted deals. You agreed at the time. You stay put. But I think the club would have been as happy as Latif. Both would have reaped the rewards, both would have financial benefits, greater money, longer contract. So neither would have lost long term. Well, we would have lost as a team because we'd have been a 19-goal striker for last season down. Sorry to say we've got Conway in. We still don't know if he's going to set the head of the light. Azaz is still to prove that he's a ruthless goal scorer. Coburn's on loan. You've got Big Berzog, still don't really know his position. I don't think he's on the left, but he's doing a wee shift at the minute because obviously McGree's out. Like last year, yeah, so we mentioned that. Let's go back to these. Great to bounce back after midweek. That embarrassment for Cathy, we agree with that, Cathy. It's been a productive summer, Bernie. Do you agree? Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Ben Dope we mentioned. I'm going to see that kid. I'm going to try and bump into this kid, shake his hand and say sorry about his dad, because I did know his dad. His dad was a good guy. A wee bit younger myself at Morton, and I'd never put 2 and 2 together. So I'll be looking for the kid and shake his hand. And George Edmondson, and obviously we signed Ailing and Johnny House and McGree. Dave the Raver says, yeah, so it's been a productive summer, of course it has. So you've got Dolt Edmondson, Luke Ailing signed again, Johnny Howson signed again, McGree signed again. Then we had Berzog, Morris, who we've been raving about, Miko Hamilton, Conway, the lad Burgess, who played today. So we've had a good summer, and well done to the recruitment. They've took a bit of stick, as they always do. No, just this is the age ones. The ones who over the years always get hammered. Bernie is surprised that Josh Coburn went on loan to Millwall for Dave. No, I've always said I don't think Coburn is a Carrick player. And I think we've been out for his 3rd time in loan. Proves he's not a Carrick player. Bernie Latif was obviously looking to get away. What do you think of the whole scenario? Well, I just think, how does he get in the public domain last night? So if it's undercover, the club's thinking, yeah, we'll get ready, and he's saying, yeah, and I'll go and talk. How does it get out in the public domain? Somebody's released it. Is it the club? Is it Latte Laugh? Is it the agent? But at the end of the day, they're all involved in it. And see, everybody benefits. The club would have benefited because they'd have got quadruple the money they paid from. Latte Laugh would have got a longer contract and more money, and his agent would have got money. So the three of them would have been laughing all the way to the bank. But me as a Borough fan and a former striker, I'm glad he's still here. Because I'm a Latte Laugh fan as well. Yeah, and we can only surmise, we don't know, but we can only surmise that the conversation and the the talks between clubs and Latte Laugh and agents broke down. What did you make of, did I read this? What did you make of the Latte Laugh's last minute turnaround? No surprise. Nothing surprises you in football or in life. Jonathan says Michael Carrick has to start driving the team up the league. I thought you meant driving the team in the coach. Driving the team up the league now. Loads in, very few gone. Full support of the football club, i.e. Steve Gibson and co. I agree. And it adds a wee bit of pressure to Michael. And I'm sure he can handle it. He's been at Man United, one of the biggest clubs in the world. That's a pressure every week. I presume you play with them, with the fan base I've got all around the world. So, yeah. There's a thing I want to plug. Just a wee plug here. Heroes and Legends event. Hero and Legends is one of my sponsors here. I'm grateful to them as well as the others. Big Pally, Gary Pallister, will be doing a talk at the Leonardo's Hotel in the Borough on the 6th of September. You can order tickets www.heroesandlegendsevents.co. So heroandlegendsevents.co. It's 6th of September, Leonardo's Hotel. It's near the Riverside. Big Pally's going to be there. We're talking about his Borough career, his Man United career, and I was going to say he might bring a couple of his medals. I very much doubt it. Good night, everyone. God bless you. All have a great week. Thank you, Bernie. Stay safe and well for Dan Smith. Cheers, Darren. Have a good weekend, mate. Ben Dock's it was Ben Dock's granddad, if that helps, mate. You feel okay? Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, so Ben Dock's granddad. Yeah. Somebody said I played with Morton, yeah. So we need to keep these players to get consistency play team unless of injury. Steve, I agree with that, Steve. It's time that you get a settled team, build up the momentum. And if all the lads that's injured, the 9 of them, I don't think they're all going to recover at the same time, but if they're all to recover at the same time and we're winning, we say, you have to fight for your place. These lads have done well. If we go 3-4 games unbeaten, you have to fight for your right to get in the team. You don't just walk in because you declare yourself fit. These lads are doing the business. We're over here. If Latte Laugh would have departed, what would that have told you? Well, again, I would have thought, where's the statement of intent? This is a season we're all pointing the fingers to say we're going up, we're going to be top 6. So I'd have to question that. Matty says, weak bench today. Well, the bench was Sol, Bryn, Beleza, Latte Laugh, Gilbert, Hamilton, Hunt, Lennon, Lennon, Simpson and McCabe. Yeah, so the weak bench, Matty, yeah, there was a few youngsters there. Louis says, Engel, no surprise he's out. Not even on the bench. Yeah, but hey, look, if you're just pointing a finger at him, I wouldn't agree with you. They're all bad midweek, except Gilbert. Once I read these, so the window has closed. Everyone is still here apart from Coleman. Delighted. That's for Jeff. Neil says, Bernie, you said over the weeks you expected at least one player to go and leave. You got it wrong. I almost got it right. I had it right up until 7, 8 o'clock last night. I said that we would sell a player. My gut was we would sell a player before the deadline and then the window would close and then we'd no room to manoeuvre and spend the money. And I was a few hours out. It shut at 11, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. There was big talk that Latte Laugh hadn't travelled last night. He was going to talk to Ipswich and the club. So I was nearly right. And by the way, I would have been right but for negotiations falling flat. Jack says, would you have played? Yeah, I would have. Wolfman. For those that don't know, I used big hairy chest medallion. All the lads were bleached blonde. We used to sit in the communal bath. Imagine people now sitting in a communal bath with all this health and safety. Dear me. We all used to sit there, some lads would puff. Some lad would pretend they've urinated in the bath and everybody would run out. Good days. You're a fan of Gilbert? He frustrates me like Jones does. Wow, final pass. Rush never looked up to see best option. Well, the difference is, Steve, this young lad Gilbert's only played a handful of games. Jones has been here 3-4 years, maybe more. So Gilbert's got a chance to improve. You can't teach old dogs new tricks. Jones has been here for years, in the team for years. Gilbert's fresh, still a young kid, still getting to know his surroundings and play regular football. So there's a difference there. Live with the frustration at Gilbert, but not at Jones. I wouldn't want to strangle Gilbert. Listen, yeah, I've mentioned that. Would you play Lucky Laugh? Yeah, so Lucky Laugh is committed to Middlesbrough. So Ben says, a bit of sarcasm here. So Lucky Laugh is committed to Middlesbrough. Yeah, right. What else can he say? Well, I agree with that as well. You know, I'm here and I'm focusing on, yeah. What else can he say? No, I wanted to go and feel miserable and down. I could have made a boatload of cash, but I want to stay put. Gio says, why didn't we keep Coburn? Well, we've got Lucky Laugh just failed to get away. The Great Escape, and they failed. Azaz, Bazog, I think, can do a job up there. And obviously we've got Conway. So we've still got a few forwards now. We've got 4. Ian for the Borough says, goals had to come today. They had 15 goals conceded in 5 games. Yeah, they played the Wales Cup, and I think overall, including the league games, 15 goals Cardiff had chipped in. And I'll read these ones and that'll be me finish. Doak is going to be the main competitor to Jones on the right. Hopefully it brings the best out of him. Look, you talk about players getting signed. It's healthy. And it should give you the jolt that maybe you need as a player. We signed Peter Davenport when I was playing. I came for 25 grand, I'd banged in goals, but hey, no guarantee of position. We've signed a guy here for Man United. 700, well, was it £1 million? 750 grand. Lot of money. And I thought, well, I'll tell you what. And I got moved wide left to accommodate the signing because they'd paid big bucks. And then Davy didn't do it and I got moved back and ended up for the left wing. I was still playing when Davy was playing, but I ended up getting in the middle and he ended up going in left. But they did try it on. Despite my goal scoring feats, they were saying, hey, we paid £1 million for this lad. He's up the middle, you go to the left. But then it never worked out and we switched over. Then I had Lenny Lawrence brought Andy Payton, who I chatted to last night. I'm a fan of Andy's. Andy was a great goal scorer. Lenny signed him and I remember saying to Lenny, look, you've signed Andy Payton and you've paid a lot of money, but don't gauge us on the price tag. Gauge us on what we do. So I think it's important that you bring players in, but if Jones starts lighting the heather again and everything's hunky-dory, he stays in the merit. You don't just throw the guy in because you paid a few quid, he's a new player. You get the pat in the back for the new player, but there's a few come in here, I'll read these. First half was poor, you're knocking, that's an understatement. Could have been a lot to do with the opponents. As soon as we had centre-backs, Ailing, right back, we will be flying. Look, there's a few players missing. McGree's the best player in the books for me. I can't wait till he's back. Van der Berg back at centre-back. Get Lucky Laugh back up front. And centre-backs, we're overloaded with centre-backs, aren't we? I definitely agree, you need regular football with the same players around you. Gilbert could thrive if in the same lineup with a former player being in and out the lineup is not good for anyone. Well, see, if I couldn't handle it, you know, people say to me, what about the modern game? You'd love to be playing. I say, no. Why? Because the squad rotation, in and out the team, whether you're good, bad, and indifferent, you don't get rewarded for scoring goals. You get taken off when you get 2 because they don't want you to override the whole occasion. You get left out even if you scored a hat-trick because it's a cup game. I'm not a fan of that. And a lot of players won't be fans. They just have to adjust. Some don't adjust. I thought Azaz was good. Overall, the midfield played well, despite not providing the bullets for our strikers. But what you say is there, the midfield played well, not despite not providing the bullets for the strikers. Well, that's a job. Their jobs. Jones was poor. That's their job. Midfield's not about just defending and passing the ball, creating things. You've got one holding player and the other three, the wide men and the other guy in the middle, they're there to provide and maybe chip him a goal. Looking forward to Foz coming back. I rate him highly. Where's he going to play, Chris? Is he going to take Jones's place? I tell you what, there's a lot of competition now, and that is healthy. Competition is good. As I say, all the players can do is say to Carrick, judge me fairly and squarely. Know the guys you've brought in. I've been here for a few years. Somebody else brought me in, but you know, just judge me on performances and roll your sleeves up and get into the business. Take John's place for me. So Chris is saying that Foz will take his place. I remember fans last year saying that Foz should be up the middle. He's the best striker at a club. When did you get that? Foz is the best striker at a club. I said back then, you must be watching training sessions. I've never seen it. He scored a few, but best goal scorer at a club. I need to start drinking alcohol. Colin says, Gilbert for me should be starting. Do you agree? Well, he's definitely in the selection mode now. Latty Laugh should have started. Yeah, Fred. Not actually Ted. And Fred says, few injuries. Well, we've got Van der Berg, Lenihan, there's Fry, there's Banguera, there's Engel, McGree, Smith. My God, we're overloaded with injuries. Too many to mention. Right, sorry to cut you short. I'm sure I'm doing my podcast, Monday. I think it's part 2 with Gary Gill. Part 2 with Gary Gill. And then I've got Andy Pate lined up. I did him last night. Talks about his Middlesbrough career, the Wolves game, the promotion, finishing football, how it affected him, his time in Glasgow with Celtic, and good stories. And Andy was a very, very good striker. Loads of goals. Won a Golden Boot in 1 year. So thanks to you for listening and watching. Well done, the Borough. Right, wasn't glamorous, but when are we going to score for open play? 2 penalties, 2 corners, 2 set pieces and an own goal. Why is a Borough player physically going to go in and rattle one top corner? Get the Man City game on, Bernie. Raining goals. Oh, and if you go watch it. New lad Borges looked very steady with good positional sense. Definitely added a carrying influence. Well, his experience, he's 27, 28, isn't he? Anyway, thanks to you for watching and listening. Well done, Middlesbrough. Have a good weekend. And thanks to sponsors as always, GRS, and cheers Steve, cheers. GRS Installation, Smith & Friends, Estate Agents, Advanced Utility Solutions, Alta Build, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Heroes and Legends, Galaxy Blinds, Cornerstone and TGM Cars. And don't forget, my big mate Pally is in Leonardo's Hotel on the 6th of September. So next week, Leonardo's, which is near the riverside, it's old, I'm sure it was called Dragonora. He's in there. And Heroes and Legends events, if you click in www.heroesandlegendsevents.co, you can order tickets, see the big man discuss his rubbing shoulders with gigs and winning medals and Big Cantona and Fergie, the Sir Alec Ferguson, and obviously his Borough days. And don't forget to win the Premier League here at Middlesbrough. What was that like? I remember him telling the story that when they won the Premier League at the Riverside, the Borough fans stayed. Obviously it's a big occasion, despite not being Man United fans. A team won the league at Riverside, and Pally's here, and Fergie had to urge him to get the trophy and show the fans it. He was reluctant to do so, but Fergie gave him a jolt to do it. Chris, cheers. Thank you very much. Up the Borough. Well done. Good weekend.